Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're diving into 4 of the most valuable and expensive ultra-rare United States Eisenhower dollar coins. Coins that continue to captivate enthusiasts with their rich history, bold design, and impressive market value. From rare mint mark varieties to high-grade examples that command thousands, each of these coins represents a true prized treasure and a fascinating glimpse into American numismatic history. First up, we're exploring the most rare and valuable, the 1972 Eisenhower Dollar, with the San Francisco S. mint mark stands as one of the most captivating treasures in modern American numismatics. A coin that continues to draw attention from collectors who appreciate both its historical weight and its striking visual presence. Often admired for its bold size and iconic design, this particular issue holds a special place among enthusiasts due to its limited production in proof and special mint sets. For many collectors, it represents far more than a simple $1 coin. It is a prized treasure that reflects a unique moment in American history while offering real potential in today's competitive coin market. Struck during a transformative period in U.S. coinage, the 1972 Eisenhower Dollar was part of a series introduced to honor President Dwight D. Eisenhower and commemorate the spirit of American achievement during the space age. Produced at the San Francisco Mint, the S. mint mark identifies these coins as specially made pieces, often in proof or 40% silver compositions, intended primarily for collectors rather than general circulation. This coin connects directly to the early 1970s, a time when the United States was still celebrating the success of the Apollo missions, making it a tangible connection to the past and a tribute to both leadership and exploration. What truly sets the 1972 Eisenhower Dollar apart are its remarkable design features and craftsmanship. The obverse showcases a powerful portrait of Eisenhower, engraved with precision and depth, while the reverse displays the iconic eagle landing on the moon, clutching an olive branch, a design inspired by the Apollo 11 mission insignia. In its silver-clad version, the coin contains 40% silver, giving it a distinct luster and weight that collectors find especially appealing. When found in high-grade proof condition, the mirrored fields and frosted devices create a stunning contrast, elevating its aesthetic appeal and making it a centerpiece in any collection. Rarity plays a crucial role in the desirability of this coin, particularly when considering high-grade examples or special varieties. While millions were struck, only a fraction survive today in pristine, uncirculated, or deep cameo-proof condition. Coins that exhibit sharp details, flawless surfaces, and strong eye appeal are significantly harder to find, and this scarcity drives demand among serious collectors. Additionally, certain proof coins with exceptional strike quality or cameo contrast are especially sought after, making them standout pieces within the broader Eisenhower Dollar series. In today's market, the value of a 1972 Eisenhower Dollar can vary widely depending on its condition and specific characteristics. Standard proof examples may be relatively affordable, but high-grade specimens, particularly those graded PR69 or PR70 with deep cameo finishes, can command impressive prices. In the current collector market, exceptional examples can range anywhere from $1,000 to $8,600, especially when rarity, certification, and visual appeal align. This steady appreciation reflects growing interest in modern classic coins and highlights the increasing recognition of Eisenhower dollars as valuable collectibles. For collectors looking to acquire this coin, careful selection is essential. Prioritizing certified coins from reputable grading services ensures authenticity and accurate condition assessment. It is also important to examine the coin's surface quality, strike sharpness, and cameo contrast when dealing with proof issues. Purchasing from trusted dealers or established auction platforms can reduce risk, while proper storage in protective holders will preserve the coin's condition over time. Engaging with numismatic communities can also provide valuable insights into market trends and help collectors identify truly exceptional pieces. Beyond its established reputation among seasoned collectors, the 1972 Eisenhower Dollar with the San Francisco S. mint mark continues to gain momentum as a standout modern collectible, particularly as more enthusiasts recognize the importance of quality and eye appeal in determining true value. Coins that display deep cameo contrast, razor-sharp details, and original, untarnished surfaces often emerge as premium examples that command strong competition at auctions and private sales. In many cases, these superior specimens are carefully preserved in original government packaging or have been professionally graded, further enhancing their desirability and long-term stability. As the market steadily shifts toward appreciating modern silver issues with historical significance, this coin's blend of limited availability in top condition and its connection to a defining era of American achievement makes it increasingly attractive. For collectors focused on building a meaningful and valuable portfolio, acquiring a high-grade 1972 Eisenhower Dollar is not just a purchase. It is a strategic addition that reflects both passion for numismatics and an understanding of enduring collector demand. The 1972 Eisenhower Dollar is far more than a collectible. It is a powerful blend of history, artistry, and rarity that continues to captivate enthusiasts around the world. Its connection to a pivotal era in American history, combined with its striking design and increasing market demand, secures its place as a prized treasure in any serious collection. For those who seek coins that offer both visual beauty and lasting value, this remarkable Eisenhower Dollar stands as a rewarding and meaningful addition, embodying the enduring appeal of American numismatics. And secondly, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and often overlooked treasures in American numismatics. We're exploring the story, rarity, and true market value of the 1974 Eisenhower Dollar with no mint mark, a coin that at first glance may seem ordinary, but hides a surprising level of historical importance and collector demand beneath its surface. The 1974 Eisenhower Dollar without a mint mark, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, holds a unique place in U.S. coinage history. While millions were produced for circulation, what makes this coin collectible is not just its connection to President Dwight D. Eisenhower, but the era it represents. It was part of the final years of large-sized dollar coins intended for everyday use, making it both a historical artifact and a transitional piece in American currency evolution. For collectors, it represents a blend of nostalgia, history, and the challenge of finding high-quality examples. Looking back at 1974, the United States was navigating economic uncertainty, inflation, and changes in monetary policy. The Eisenhower Dollar itself had only been introduced a few years earlier, in 1971, to honor the legacy of President Eisenhower and commemorate the Apollo 11 moon landing. By 1974, however, public interest in using large dollar coins had already begun to decline. As a result, many of these coins were produced but not widely circulated, leading to an interesting mix of worn examples and surprisingly well-preserved pieces that sat untouched in storage for decades. The design of the 1974 Eisenhower Dollar is bold and instantly recognizable. On the obverse, you'll find a strong portrait of Eisenhower facing left, capturing his leadership and legacy with a sense of dignity and permanence. The word liberty arches above, while the date 1974 sits clearly below. On the reverse, the coin features the iconic eagle landing on the moon, clutching an olive branch, a direct tribute to the Apollo 11 mission. The Earth appears in the background, symbolizing both achievement and unity. This reverse design is one of the most unique ever placed on a U.S. coin, blending history, science, and patriotism into a single image. When it comes to rarity, the 1974 Philadelphia issue is not rare in terms of total mintage, but condition is everything. Most coins you'll encounter today show signs of wear, scratches, or dull surfaces due to handling and storage. However, finding a high-grade example, especially in mint state condition with strong luster and minimal contact marks, is significantly more challenging. Coins graded MS65 or higher become increasingly scarce, and those with exceptional eye appeal can command serious attention in the collector market. Collector demand for the 1974 Eisenhower Dollar has steadily grown over the years, especially as more people begin to appreciate the historical importance of the series. Unlike smaller denominations, these large dollar coins have a strong visual presence, making them appealing for both new collectors and experienced numismatists. While it's not part of the Wheat Penny series, within the Eisenhower Dollar series itself, the 1974 no mint mark issue stands out due to the difficulty of finding pristine examples and the increasing interest in high-grade registry sets. In today's market, the value of a 1974 Eisenhower Dollar without a mint mark can vary widely depending on condition. Circulated examples are typically worth between $1,000 and $5,000, making them accessible to beginners. However, Uncirculated coins in mint state condition can range from $3,000 to $7,000, depending on quality. Once you move into higher grades like MS-65 or MS-66, values can jump to $9,000 or more. Exceptional specimens with strong strike quality, brilliant luster, and minimal imperfections have been known to sell for several $100s at auction, especially when certified by major grading services. For collectors looking to add this coin to their collection, there are a few key tips to keep in mind. Always prioritize condition, as even small differences in surface quality can dramatically impact value. Look for coins with clean fields, sharp details, and original luster. Avoid heavily cleaned or damaged examples, as these significantly reduce desirability. Consider purchasing graded coins from reputable services to ensure authenticity and quality. You can often find these coins at coin shows, online marketplaces, estate sales, or even hidden in old collections and bank rolls. Another important factor to watch for is eye appeal. Coins with attractive toning or a bright, frosty finish tend to stand out more and can command higher prices. Storage also plays a role, as coins that have been properly preserved over decades often retain their original brilliance. Taking the time to learn grading standards and studying examples can greatly improve your ability to identify valuable pieces within this series. What truly adds another layer of intrigue to the 1974 Eisenhower dollar with no mint mark is the presence of subtle varieties and strike differences that many collectors often overlook at first glance. Some examples display sharper details in Eisenhower's hair and the eagle's feathers, while others appear slightly weakly struck, especially around the Earth and lunar surface on the reverse. These small variations can make a noticeable difference in desirability and value, particularly among advanced collectors who specialize in identifying the finest known specimens. In addition, coins that exhibit proof-like surfaces or unusually reflective fields, even though they were not officially struck as proofs, can generate significant interest in the marketplace. Over time, as more collectors begin to study and recognize these nuances, the demand for top-quality 1974 Philadelphia issues continues to grow, reinforcing the idea that even a widely produced coin can hold hidden rarity and premium value when the right combination of condition, strike quality, and eye appeal comes together. The 1974 Eisenhower dollar without a mint mark is far more than just a common coin. It represents a significant chapter in American history, a tribute to a respected president, and a reminder of a time when the U.S. was pushing the boundaries of space exploration. Its value lies not only in its price range, but in its story, its design, and its growing appeal among collectors. Whether you're just starting out or looking to expand your collection, this coin offers both accessibility and the potential for meaningful discovery. And as we continue this journey through some of the most valuable and fascinating coins in U.S. history, you won't want to miss what's coming next, because the next coin in this series might just surprise you with its rarity, its story, and the incredible prices it's reaching in today's market. And thirdly, in 1977, the United States was navigating a period of economic adjustment and cultural transition, with Jimmy Carter newly in office and the nation focusing on energy reform, inflation control, and a shifting global role. Amid this backdrop, the Eisenhower dollar quietly continued its production, a coin originally intended to honor both a revered war hero and a defining era in American history. While millions of these coins were struck, few people at the time imagined that certain examples, especially those showing unusual characteristics or preserved in remarkable condition, would one day become prized collectibles. The 1977 Eisenhower dollar without a mint mark, produced in Philadelphia, is one such coin that has gradually captured the attention of serious collectors. The Eisenhower dollar series itself, first introduced in 1971, was designed by Frank Gasparro, whose work sought to commemorate Dwight D. Eisenhower as both a military leader and a symbol of American resilience. Gasparro's design features a bold portrait of Eisenhower on the obverse, conveying strength and authority, while the reverse showcases an eagle landing on the moon, inspired by the Apollo 11 mission insignia. This pairing of imagery reflects both historical legacy and technological achievement, making the coin unique among U.S. currency. However, despite its symbolic significance, the series struggled in circulation due to its large size, leading many coins to remain stored away rather than actively used. In terms of design detail, the 1977 Philadelphia issue carries no mint mark, as was standard for coins produced at that facility during the time. The obverse presents Eisenhower's profile with sharp lettering and a wide, open field that is highly susceptible to marks and abrasions. The reverse's intricate lunar eagle design includes fine feather details and a textured moon surface, both of which require strong strikes to appear fully defined. Ironically, it is these large, open surfaces and detailed features that make high-quality examples difficult to find, especially among coins that entered circulation and developed scratches or toning over time. The official mintage for the 1977 Eisenhower dollar without a mint mark exceeded 12 million coins, a figure that might initially suggest abundance. However, mintage alone does not determine rarity. A significant portion of these coins were heavily circulated, mishandled, or stored in ways that compromised their surfaces. As a result, the number of surviving coins in high-grade mint state condition is far lower than the original production numbers imply. This disconnect between mintage and survivability is a key factor in understanding why certain examples command strong premiums in today's market. When analyzing survival rates, collectors often focus on strike quality and preservation. Many 1977 Eisenhower dollars were struck with less than ideal pressure, resulting in weak details, particularly in Eisenhower's hair and the eagle's feathers. Coins that display full detail, minimal contact marks, and attractive natural toning are considerably scarcer. Even coins described as scratched or toned, if they exhibit unusual characteristics such as die varieties or striking anomalies, can attract attention and value beyond typical expectations. Collector demand has steadily increased as enthusiasts seek to complete high-quality sets of this short-lived series. Varieties and minting errors play a crucial role in elevating certain 1977 Eisenhower dollars into the realm of high-value collectibles. While the 1977 issue is not widely known for major date size variations like earlier years, minor doubled dies, die cracks, and off-center strikes have been documented. These anomalies occur during the die creation and striking process, where even a slight misalignment or repeated hubbing can produce visible doubling in the design. In earlier decades, mint marks were punched by hand, leading to repunched mint marks, though this is less relevant for Philadelphia issues without mint marks. Still, die fatigue and stress during production can create subtle but collectible features that specialists actively seek. Understanding how these errors occur adds depth to their appeal. During the minting process, a master hub impresses the design onto a die, sometimes more than once. If the alignment shifts between impressions, a doubled die is created, resulting in overlapping design elements. Similarly, worn or damaged dies can produce cracks or distortions that transfer onto the coin. Off-center strikes happen when a planchet is not properly aligned within the press, creating dramatic visual errors. These imperfections, once seen as flaws, are now recognized as unique fingerprints of the minting process, turning otherwise ordinary coins into standout pieces. Surface preservation is another critical factor in determining value. A scratched and toned 1977 Eisenhower dollar may seem ordinary at first glance, but its originality matters greatly. Natural toning, formed over decades through chemical reactions with the environment, can enhance a coin's visual appeal, especially if it displays vibrant or even coloration. In contrast, cleaned coins often lose their natural luster and are less desirable to collectors. Professional grading services evaluate these characteristics carefully, assigning grades that significantly influence market value and collector confidence. Market values for the 1977 Eisenhower dollar without a mint mark vary widely depending on condition and features. In circulated grades such as fine or very fine, these coins typically trade at modest premiums over face value. In about uncirculated condition, values begin to rise, especially for coins with strong eye appeal. Mint state examples, particularly those graded MS65 or higher, can command significantly higher prices, often reaching into the hundreds or even thousands of dollars when exceptional quality or rare varieties are present. Documented auction results show that top-grade specimens, especially those considered among the finest known, achieve strong bidding activity driven by registry set competition, where collectors strive to assemble the highest graded sets possible. What truly elevates certain 1977 Eisenhower dollars without a mint mark into remarkable territory is the growing intensity of registry set competition. where advanced collectors compete to assemble the highest graded and most visually appealing examples certified by top grading services. In this environment, even the smallest difference in grade, such as MS65 versus MS66, can translate into a dramatic jump in value, especially for coins with clean fields, strong strikes, and attractive natural toning. Auction records have shown that when a coin is labeled among the finest known, it often attracts aggressive bidding, not just for its rarity, but for the prestige it brings within the collecting community. Coins with unique features, such as pronounced die cracks or subtle doubled elements, can further amplify this effect by offering something distinct that sets them apart from standard examples. This is particularly fascinating when considering that many of these coins began their journey in everyday circulation, sometimes acquiring scratches and toning that, rather than diminishing their appeal, contribute to their story and authenticity. Ultimately, the story of the 1977 Eisenhower dollar without a mint mark is a reminder that rarity is not always obvious at first glance. A coin once viewed as common can become highly desirable through a combination of preservation, subtle variety, and collector demand. Even a scratched and toned example can hold hidden potential if it carries a rare characteristic or exceptional originality. In the world of numismatics, it is these unexpected details that transform everyday coins into valuable historical artifacts, proving that true worth often lies beneath the surface, waiting to be discovered. And fourthly, the most valuable and rare, the 1978 United States Eisenhower dollar with no mint mark stands as one of the most misunderstood coins in American numismatics, a piece that many would dismiss instantly because of its worn, scratched, and aging appearance. Yet under the right circumstances, this exact type of coin has stunned collectors by reaching extraordinary values that defy logic. What appears to be a damaged, unattractive dollar coin can in rare cases command thousands, and in extreme scenarios, even push towards six-figure territory when its story, condition, and uniqueness align in a way that captures collector obsession. This is not a tale of perfection, but of survival, and it begins with a coin most people would never look at twice. To understand the significance of the 1978 Eisenhower dollar, it is essential to step back into the United States during the late 1970s, a time marked by economic uncertainty, rising inflation, and a shifting monetary landscape. The nation was recovering from the aftershocks of the oil crisis and dealing with fluctuating confidence in paper currency, which influenced how coins were produced and circulated. Large dollar coins like the Eisenhower dollar were already losing favor in everyday commerce, yet they remained a symbol of national pride and tribute, honoring President Dwight D. Eisenhower and the Apollo 11 mission, even as their practical use declined. The 1978 issue holds particular importance as it represents the final year of Eisenhower dollar production, minted primarily in Philadelphia, which is why coins without a mint mark originate from that facility. While the total mintage reached into the tens of millions, giving the impression of abundance, the reality is more complex. High production numbers do not guarantee survival in meaningful condition, especially for coins that were heavily circulated, mishandled, or stored improperly. Over time, many of these coins were lost, damaged, or melted, leaving behind a much smaller population of pieces that carry unusual characteristics or compelling visual stories. Examining a typical example in old, scratched condition reveals a surface that tells a long and difficult journey. Deep contact marks scatter across Eisenhower's portrait. Fine scratches cut through the fields, and the once bright luster is replaced by dull, uneven toning that may range from dark gray to almost black. The edges can show signs of wear from years of handling, while small corrosion spots or environmental damage hint at storage in harsh conditions. What might seem like destruction to an untrained eye becomes, to a seasoned collector, a record of decades spent moving through hands, pockets, and places unknown. This is where collector psychology begins to shift the narrative. Modern numismatics is no longer focused solely on flawless coins locked away in pristine holders. There is a growing fascination with pieces that carry visible history, coins that look dramatic, unusual, or even shocking. A heavily worn 1978 Eisenhower dollar can stand out precisely because it is different. Its imperfections create a sense of authenticity and individuality, turning it into a one-of-a-kind artifact rather than just another example from a massive mintage. Collectors are drawn to the idea that no two damaged coins age in exactly the same way. Beyond simple wear, some of these coins reveal deeper anomalies that elevate their importance. Die deterioration, subtle off-metal reactions, or struck through debris can create textures and patterns that appear almost artistic. In certain cases, planchet flaws or metal stress lines develop into striking visual features after years of circulation. Environmental exposure may produce unusual toning effects, layering colors in unpredictable ways. While not every damaged coin contains a true mint error, the possibility alone adds intrigue, and when such features are present, they can significantly increase desirability. The behavior of the auction market further amplifies this phenomenon. In recent years, online platforms, collector communities, and viral coin discoveries have transformed how value is perceived. A single 1978 Eisenhower dollar with dramatic damage or a unique visual profile can gain attention quickly, drawing competitive bidding from collectors who see more than just a coin. Emotional engagement, storytelling, and presentation often push final prices far beyond traditional expectations, especially when the coin is framed as a rare survivor with an extraordinary past. Under extreme conditions, the value of such a coin can escalate to astonishing levels. While most circulated examples remain modest in price, there are scenarios where a heavily damaged yet visually unique or error-associated Eisenhower dollar captures intense collector interest. If paired with verified anomalies, exceptional eye appeal in its wear, and strong auction visibility, it is not impossible for such a coin to approach or even exceed 5 figures. In the most dramatic and rare cases, where multiple desirable factors converge, the theoretical ceiling can climb even higher, challenging assumptions about what damaged coins are worth. This transforms the 1978 Eisenhower dollar from a forgotten piece of pocket change into a symbol of unpredictability within coin collecting. It demonstrates that value is not always tied to perfection, but often to narrative, rarity of circumstance, and the emotional response it evokes. Each scratch, each mark, and each layer of toning becomes part of a larger story that cannot be replicated, making the coin not just an object, but a survivor of time and use. What makes the 1978 Eisenhower dollar even more compelling is the way time itself has acted as both a destroyer and a creator of value. Decades of circulation have erased sharp details, softened the design, and introduced layers of wear that would normally disqualify a coin from serious attention. Yet in certain cases, this same aging process produces a visual identity that cannot be duplicated. The uneven toning, the scattered abrasions, and the subtle shifts in metal texture combine to form a piece that feels almost archaeological, as if it has survived a forgotten chapter of everyday American life. For collectors who seek originality rather than perfection, this kind of coin becomes far more intriguing than a flawless but lifeless example. There is also a growing recognition that late-date Eisenhower dollars, like the 1978 issue, represent the closing chapter of an era in U.S. coinage. As the final year before the transition to the smaller Susan B. Anthony dollar, these coins carry a sense of conclusion, a last impression of a design that struggled to find its place in circulation. When a worn and damaged example surfaces today, it serves as a reminder of that transition period, when large dollar coins were being phased out and often treated with little care. This historical positioning adds another layer of significance, especially when the coin exhibits unusual wear patterns or surface features that hint at heavy use during its final years in active commerce. For those willing to look closely, the real opportunity lies in attention to detail and perspective. A scratched, aged 1978 Eisenhower dollar may appear insignificant at first glance, but under magnification and careful study, it can reveal subtle traits that set it apart from millions of others. Whether it is an unexpected texture caused by a minor mint irregularity, an unusual toning pattern formed through decades of environmental exposure, or simply a uniquely dramatic appearance, these elements can transform the coin into something far more desirable than its condition suggests. In a market increasingly driven by uniqueness and story, even the most overlooked coins have the potential to become standout pieces when viewed through the right lens. In many ways, the 1978 Eisenhower dollar in worn and scratched condition challenges the very definition of value in coin collecting, forcing collectors to reconsider what truly makes a coin desirable. It is not always the sharpest strike or the brightest luster that captures attention, but sometimes the raw, unfiltered evidence of a coin's journey through time. The lesson is clear and powerful. Coin collecting is not simply about finding flawless examples sealed away from the world, but about recognizing the hidden potential in pieces that appear ordinary or even damaged. The 1978 Eisenhower dollar with no mint mark, worn and scratched, stands as proof that history leaves its mark in unexpected ways, and sometimes those marks are exactly what transform a forgotten coin into something extraordinary.